All right, everybody, it's time to strap it on and strap it on tight because we're going to go on a little journey today. And I am fully aware of what I look like. I accidentally cut my beard off. I know that some of you are not used to seeing me like this. I am fully aware that I look like if your grandmother decided to grow facial hair. Quick disclaimer, I don't like doing this at the beginning of the video, but Warner Brothers claimed this video pretty much instantly when I put it up over some small video clips from certain movies, and that's totally fair. I get that, but that means I don't make anything from this video. So if you get an opportunity and you enjoy the video, check out the Patreon. That helps me a bunch. Or stop by the Twitch streams at twitch.tv/Lance with 2 L's. I stream every day playing all sorts of stuff. Please enjoy the video. I like it better with the video clips in, and that's why I'm not taking them out and monetizing the video, because I'm just going to let Warner Brothers claim it, and I'm just going to leave the video the way it is because I like it better this way. Thanks. Now on to what I wanted to talk about today, which is something I think about on a weekly basis, if not more frequently. I honestly probably think about this more than I should, which is if we're ever going to see another golden era of film adaptations of books like what we saw in the early 2000s. Now, I don't know how many of you know this. I don't know how many of you care, but some of the top-selling books of all time had movies come out in the early 2000s. You have stuff like The Da Vinci Code in 2006. You had The Chronicles of Narnia in 2005. You had more, like, I guess on a grander scale, you had Lord of the Rings and you had Harry Potter come out in 2001 and on. You had the Lord of the Rings movies come out 2001, 2, and 3. And then you had Harry Potter come out in 2001, 2, and 4. Oh, and you also had Holes. Holes came out in 2003. I wanted to keep this kind of around like best-selling of all time, like best-selling books that turned into, you know, pretty much like highest grossing movies of all time. But I wanted to throw Holes in because, I mean, it's Holes. It's come on, you can't leave that off the list. That's a great book that got turned into an amazing movie. I mean, and it came out in the same time, so just give me this. So in this very short period of time, you had some of the best-selling books of all time all having good film adaptations come out. Now, I know some people feel all sorts of ways about The Da Vinci Code, but I thought the movie was good. I thought Tom Hanks does what Tom Hanks does. I thought it was a good movie. I've read the book and saw the film, and I thought it was fine personally. And I know that there's some hardcore fans that really love Lord of the Rings, the book, but hate the movies. I think it was Tolkien's like son, I think, that actually hates the movies. Don't quote me on that, but I think it was his son that said that like the movies are some sort of like action garbage, whereas like the book is this wonderful adventure. And to be honest, man, if they put everything from the book in the movies would have been like 25 hours long. Would have been on some Lonesome Dove type shit. And regardless about how you feel about J.K. Rowling and her stupid shit, the Harry Potter movies are really fantastic as well. Like, these adaptations, you could not ask for much more out of taking a beloved book, a beloved piece of literature that has touched people's lives in so many different ways, and putting it on the big screen in a way that shows not only passion, but understanding the source material. There's so many book adaptations that don't hit in any way, shape, or form. Either they stick too closely to the book and it doesn't live up to people's expectations, or they take it a completely different direction and it completely misses the mark and misses the feel and the vibe of the original source material. And to be honest, I hate to say it, but I don't think we'll ever see another set of film adaptations of the same type of passion and quality like what we saw in the early 2000s. I think the closest that maybe we've gotten since then was like the Hunger Games era. And around that time, I think the Hobbit movies were coming out and stuff like that. And regardless of what you think about the Hobbit movies, the 3D Hobbit movies in the big screen was incredible. Smaug was incredible. I got to stay over here because that's over there. Maybe I'll make it a different video. But that time period was maybe the closest that we had gotten. But just thinking about going to the movies as a kid and seeing these movies and just being blown away, even as a kid, and then now rewatching them as an adult, I can't believe the quality that these movies are at. And I can't believe how well they've held up. These are 20-year-old movies in some regards, like The Fellowship of the Ring and The Sorcerer's Stone. And I have to attribute it to not only being very well cast and very well directed, but also I gotta say thank you to the special effects. I gotta say thank you to the technology. I really feel like that was such a big turning point. Right around the Matrix in the early 2000s, like right at the end of the 90s, when special effects, the technology had finally caught up to the imaginations of directors and screenplay writers and things like that. It caught up finally, and you could produce an image on the screen that looked good, it looked clean, it looked crisp. Due to the quality of the technology, you could make miniatures look amazing. I mean, look at Lord of the Rings. The scope of that movie is so incredible, and the fact that most of what you're seeing is not only special effects but miniatures is amazing. Like it's incredible when you think about how much of what you're looking at is actually this big. And I know I'm talking about Lord of the Rings and Harry Potter a lot, but even if you want to go to Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe that was made in 2005, the special effects in that are so incredible, and what they were able to do with that source material of the book and what they were able to take and put on the big screen in front of you is incredible. Everything looks so polished. Everything looks crisp. Nothing looks wildly out of place. Everything looks amazing for a film made that long ago. And to think that we got all of these in such a short span of time is just mind-blowing to me. And I don't think we'll ever get another segment of adaptations like this. I mean, these are some of the best-selling books of all time that all got movies in a short period of time, and all of the movies were bangers, and they were all so well put together, and they honestly look like they had not only proper casting, but they had such passion and understanding of the world and the universe behind it in terms of the directors and even the actors that were playing the roles. They really captured what made the books great. And I know that this is kind of a weird off video, but I love talking about movies, and I've got the video where I talk about Lucky Number 11 as well, and some of you seem to really enjoy that. But it was just something I was thinking about because I was actually rewatching the Harry Potters with my wife last night, and she mentioned it too. She was like, it's actually really incredible how well they cast this movie, considering how young they had to cast everybody. And they were able to get the cast as little bitty tots, and they grew up, and they were fantastic through the whole series. All of them were. All the actors were. It was awesome how they were able to do that. And I was sitting there thinking, yeah, it actually is. It's actually crazy. If you know of another one, please let me know. If there's a movie of a book that you really loved, please let me know, because then maybe I can read the book or go watch it. Or if there is a book that you would love to see a movie of, let me know, because I'm all for it. I'm all for trying to figure this out, because I know that some other books are being made into shows and stuff like that. That seems to be the new thing, is to take a book and turn it into a show. And I think that that's what we're going to see in the future. I don't think we'll ever see another brand of entertainment like what we saw in the early 2000s with those few series there. All of those just absolute fucking bangers coming out, just one after another, after another, after another. It was just solid. It was fun. It was awesome. And I honestly, I kind of miss it. I know that the shows are good. You know, you got stuff like Game of Thrones, and I think Wheel of Time is coming out, but I think I'm going to miss that era of going to the theater and being able to see a new banger every time. And I don't know. Thanks for letting me talk about something that I really enjoy. I will see you next time. I mean, it's Holes. It's come on, can't leave that off the list. That's a great book that got turned into an amazing movie. I mean, and it came out in the same time. So just give me this.